I was like, okay, cool. And we ordered a bunch of drinks. So if you order a bunch of drinks...
Drinks can be comped very easily.
So comp the drinks and then...
Usually when I go
the drinks are cheaper than the meals.
When I go to a restaurant that I know people at, usually they'll like, you pay for one... Depending on how many rounds you get. Let's say you get 5 rounds. You'll pay for like 1, maybe 2 rounds, depending on how well they know you.
And then they just don't charge you for any of the meals?
The easiest way to impress...
Yeah, liquor's cheap, dude.
If you want to impress an uncultured simpleton, you give them like a 50% discount. It's like Buffalo Wild Wings. I got a 50% discount. Come on in. If you are going into a restaurant where they're classy and cultured and you're friends with them, what they do, the move is, come on in. You're eating for free. You don't have to pay a dime. Just tip whatever you want to tip. And then it's up to you to be, cultured enough to be like, here's the amount that they deserve.
How does that work, though? Because the tip then just goes to the waitress that has nothing to do, or the waiter that has nothing to do with, like, the food and all that, all the goodies. What's going on? Something happened?
Can right there, yeah.
Grab that can.
This?
Grab that, the can that's crushed.
That one right there.
Well, yeah, move the cans.
And the Dr. Pepper can.
Move the cans.
I was trying to do it without interrupting.
That's okay.
No, thank you, Gerardo, for telling us that. Richie has a bit of a drinking problem.
Richie's a messy pig.
I'm addicted to Diet Dr. Pepper. It's a problem.
He loves Diet Dr. Pepper.
I can't help myself.
But no, seriously. So you're thinking, oh, that goes to the waitress. That doesn't go to the restaurant.
That's why I never tip. I never tip high.
That's where you're getting lost.
I respect the
No wonder
the chef.
No wonder you don't understand class.
I go, who's the cook?
Yeah, you walk into the kitchen and you go, listen, I fucking hate waitresses. Like, this goes to you.
I do. I secretly do. In fact, I do that every time.
No.
I do that even when I'm at Applebee's.
No.
I go, the waitress did nothing. Who is behind the mango habanero wings? These were tremendous.
I've been at McDonald's with you, and you walk out and you say, my compliments to the chef. And I thought that was nice. Yeah, that's you.
I respect restaurants.
Yes.
Okay? I go to Arby's and I go to the kitchen and I go, who has the meats?
Yeah. No, that's a great move. That's a great move. But no, all jokes aside, if you are a head chef at a restaurant or one of the head chefs, if you're a co-owner, this is much worse than anything. But if you're a head chef at a restaurant, you invite people to come get your food. If you charge them $1, you're actually like a fucking pig.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. 1,000%. What you do, $0, but so you get a bill, it says $0.
Yeah.
And then there's a tip section.
But isn't that if it's doing well?
No.
It's a startup. It's like if it's a startup, like
then they shouldn't invite you.
If it's a startup,
but he's inviting me because it's like it's like I've known the guy forever.
Yeah.
So it's like, please come, and I need your help, but also you love my cooking, and like just I'll comp some. I'll comp some of it.
That's now a charity. What he's doing. He's now holding out a paper cup, going like, "Could you please, sir, come? Anything helps."
Which brings us back to the class.
Sure,
argument.
exactly. So the move there is, if you got a failing restaurant, totally understandable. It's a tough business. It's really hard to start a successful restaurant.
Interesting.
And I fucking get it, and it's a tough biz. But what you want to do, if you're talking to your friends, if you want to maintain a little dignity, you go, all right, come in, dude. And you go, hey, man, this place is fucking going out of business soon. But while we're open, while I still have access to this kitchen, I'm going to cook you my best food. Here's to have some drinks. Let's have fun. I'm a chef. I got sleeve tattoos. I'm playing punk rock music in the kitchen. There's Mexican guys that they don't have access. They don't have passports. These guys snuck over here, and I speak Spanish because I'm a man of the people, and I talk to them in Spanish.
Right.
And and we're all friends. And anyways, here's an 8-course meal. Here's the bill for $0. Tip whatever you want, and then
right.
I'll tip.
Okay, is this weird? I had to wash all the dishes. Is that odd? I went to this restaurant and I knew somebody at it, and they also made me wash the dishes. They comped a couple of the meals, but I wasn't working in the kitchen until about 2 a.m.
Tell me this isn't a move a chef could do also. If you're starting a restaurant, you want your friends to try it out, but you are a little worried about them over ordering. Maybe you go, listen, you sit here, order a couple drinks. I'm going to bring you out dishes. Then you control.
They did that.
No, that
and then they charged you for it. So you didn't even get to choose.
No, we didn't. We did. We chose 3 meals.
Okay.
And we got those, and then they also gave us what the chef wanted to give us.
So that's
on
why.
top of that.
Those were the free ones.
So the three things we ordered were what we paid for, and then on top of drinks, and then everything else was comped.
Right. So the actual move is you sit here.
I've been with people where things were comped and they knew people. I wasn't that surprised by this. It made sense to me.
Where have you been where you knew the chef?
Yeah, you were with me.
I've never been where I knew the chef.
Yeah, you were with me.
You just said you did.
And I
I've
used
been
to,
with
I
Richie
used
and
to
he
work,
busted
and
you.
I used to work there, and I knew what the deal was. That's what I would have expected coming back to a place that I used to work at. This is a new restaurant. He's the head chef.
Yeah.
That's whack.
I expect this from my friend. Who,
They did ask me at one point. They asked me to help them bring out plates to tables. Is that weird? And I paid.
He goes, Devin, could you bring those guys some new
And then
napkins?"
there was a part of the wall that wasn't fully painted, and they were like, "Can you finish it up? Can you paint that?"
I tipped my waitress. The waitress tipped me out after her shift. She gave me some money. She said,
Right.
"Thank you for working."
No, the
hard."
waitress is she didn't have a place to stay. She's living in my trunk.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
You're defending that it's not low class. You're defending that you had a good time. We're saying it is. That's all. That's what's going on right now.
I don't know.
It was listen. You were impressed.
I honestly don't
it was the
think
first
so.
time you went to a place like that where your friend was the head chef. You were impressed. You didn't know what the etiquette is, so you got duped, and you were a sucker. You're a sucker. You understand? You got duped.
I don't know. Let's
Next
move on.
time,
But I did
next
not
time
think
somebody
it was
tries
bad.
that, you'll know better.
The food was delicious. I mean,
Of course, great food.
my friend is an incredibly talented.
He's an amazing
person.
chef. He's
I
a
think
very
one of the
talented guy.
best. I mean, he makes some of the best food I've ever eaten, honestly. And so, I don't know. I didn't think I'm such trash that if you comp anything, I'm like, oh my god, you're my hero.
Devin walks out with a coupon for like 8 free wings, 50% off. If you buy a meal, it's like, okay, that was legit.
My wallet is full of coupons. I'm like an old Jewish lady. My grandma got me into that mode. We go to Acapulco every Friday.
Yeah.
She had Acapulco coupons. I don't know if you ever been to Acapulco.
I don't know what that is.
It's a shitty
Stunning place.
Mexican chain. But
I think you meant the city. There's a restaurant.
There's a restaurant. We would not go. We went to Acapulco in Long Beach, not in Mexico.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And so I just, anything free. I'm like, you're a godsend. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, you got duped. You're a sucker.
I guess I'm a sucker.
You got conned.
I don't know.
You got conned.
I'm gonna take you guys.
He
there.
took you for 80.
I'd love to take you guys there, and you guys get in a big argument with him after the meal.
I'd love to.
I would go
Sure you
there
would.
knowing I'm a sucker, but at least I know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So I'll go just to try the food, but I waste money on stupid shit all the time.
Yeah. You
got scammed. I'll go in there knowing that I'm a sucker.
No, you let Postmates scam you every time you get drunk.
You know what I did recently?
You
Did
order
I tell
multiple Postmates.
Did I tell you
every
about
time.
this Postmate scam recently? I don't know if I told you about this. So, Wurst Kuka, that German hot dog place by my...
Sure, yeah. That's also every place in LA now. It's like a German place.
Well,
they give you like 3 cuts of a hot dog and a
This is
a Hefeweizen, and then they charge you $500.
No. This place is 20 years old. It's actual German people. Like, this place existed in the Arts District before it was ever cool.
It's real Germans.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's 600 feet away from my apartment. Like, on Postmates, it says, you know how it says the distance?
Yeah.
Usually it says like 3.4 miles.
Right.
This one says 600 feet.
It's right down.
So when I'm hungover, though, instead of walking, I'll just order the Postmates from it. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and I ordered like 3 hot dogs and all these French fries. Fucking ice cream sandwich. Fattest order of my life. And then it said, this will be here in 20 minutes. Right? So I ordered it. I'm like, all right, 20 minutes. That's fine. That'll work. What happens was 20 minutes passes. It's now 30 minutes. It becomes 45 minutes. And I go, I can't stand when these Uber drivers give you a fake timeline. So what I did was I walked to Wurst Kuka, walked in, mask on. I go, hey, Postmates here. I got an order for Joey. And they go, oh, yeah, your Postmates? I grabbed it, took the order, went back to my apartment, and then I simply went on Postmates and said, hey, because when the Postmates came, they're like, no, there's no order here. Somebody took it. It was me who took it.
Right.
So they go, there's no order here. So then Postmates has to go, oh, there's no order, full refund. So I have a scam going.
With Postmates.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Order food from a place
beautiful.
by you, then go just pick it up. You don't have to pay.
Oh my
That's
God.
It was like a $50 order.
Joey,
Yeah.
that's incredible. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah,
happy
yeah.
that now the customers are finally learning about the scams.
Yeah. Yes.
Me and Richie used to deliver it and
Oh,
scam.
God, let's talk about
But we
this.
never knew about
this. Have you ever talked about this?
Oh,
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
this is my favorite part of the podcast.
Yeah, this is why Gerardo is helping us.
I love this.
Gerardo's only helping us because he thought I could get him some wings.
Have you talked about it on video?
No.
Talk about this.
Well, my main game
Yeah.
before the pandemic, folks, was working for Uber Eats and Postmates and stealing every order that I possibly could.
Yeah.
Postmates fired me, but there's a lot.
You're in litigation.
I have a legal team working on it. I'm in litigation.
Can we talk about that?
I'm in
Or should
no,
we stay quiet?
We want to stay quiet about that, but I went into arbitration. Postmates and I are we're at
This
odds.
is not a joke. We won't go into it, but that's not a joke.
No, I literally went into arbitration with them. I have a legal team in Chicago working on a big case against Postmates because I have nothing else because no one will donate to the podcast. So I'm just trying to sue anything I can. I sue companies. I just do anything. I jump in front of cars. I get hit by them. I'm like, oh, you hit me. And I'm a gypsy. So Uber Eats, though, Postmates was a lot harder to steal orders. I did it here and there.
Yeah.
It was, you could work it out. You could get lunch here and there. But Postmates, they made it a little more difficult to steal. And then they ultimately fired me. Not for that. I just canceled an order one time and they just fired me. And that's where the legal issue comes in. Uber Eats is unbelievable. They have, or at least they did. They had nobody working for the company.
Yeah.
It's just like one person in Bangladesh that is their customer service. So Uber Eats would send you orders sometimes, and they're ridiculous. It's 500 miles away. You don't even know that until you pick up the food, and then you realize, oh, I have a road trip ahead of me, and I'm going to make $8 on that road trip.
Insane.
In rush hour
You can't
traffic.
do that to citizens. You can't do that to honest workers.
And you're using your own car, and it was just horrific. So I started getting really bitter.
Yeah.
And then I realized a bit of a scam. Okay. And with this podcast, we plan on having a lot of scam artists on it. We have Matthew Cox in the works, the famous scam artist.
Matthew Cox, famous con man. Go ahead.
Famous con man. We're trying to interview a couple con artists. And but for Uber Eats, the trick was Richie and I did it for years. You take the order, you go pick it up, and then you get it, and then you press cancel. Or no,
that's one way.
You could press cancel, but that gets you in a little trouble. Sometimes you can't just keep canceling.
You can do that every once in a while.
Every once in a while, when you're feeling lucky.
With all these that we're about to mention, you mix it up. But
the main game here, the foolproof system is you call Uber Eats. One lady in Bangladesh picks up the phone and you tell her, hi, like my car broke down. I have this order. It's going to take a long time for the tow truck to get here. I don't know what to do. And they go, oh my God, we're so sorry about that. We will we will contact the customer, and then they always contact the customer, and the customer never picks up because they're fucking scumbags that never care about anything. They just make giant orders and don't even half the time they didn't even remember they made the order. I would show up to houses all the time and I'd be like, "Hi, I have your $200 worth of food," and they'd be like, "What?"
That has been me so many times.
They're like,
Before you go on, let me just quickly say, as a man from the other side, I've had probably 10 times where I order food and then passed out drunk.
That's happened a lot to me.
But go on.
So a lot of times I would just take food because that happened.
And that's honest. You're allowed to have that.
I would go there, I'd call, nobody would answer. You press...
That's not a scam.
Yeah, you then press a button, you wait 5 minutes.
Somebody doesn't answer,
There's another scam within that.
There's another scam within that. We'll get to that.
We'll
it's like
get to
Inception
We'll
with
get
scams.
to
It's a scam within a scam within a scam. Christopher Nolan's next movie is about an Uber Eats driver. So that scam I do a lot, where I'd show up to places and they would just be passed out like you, and then I'd call,
like me,
and then after you pass out a lot. So then but you call, and if they don't answer once, you get to press a button where it's like they didn't answer, and then a timer goes off for 7 minutes.
They have that still.
And all you got to do is wait 7 minutes, and then you run down the clock. And the food's yours.
Wow.
A feast.
Ooh.
A feast, if you will.
What a treat.
And so I did that constantly. In fact, I would do that on the way to the people after I learned that scam.
Oh, yeah.
I would be like 30 minutes away. And
Can I say my favorite memory of you doing this scam?
Go ahead.
Is it was like your anniversary, like of dating your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm gonna treat her tonight. I'm gonna give her like a nice treat.
Yeah.
And instead of taking her to like a nice
No,
restaurant,
I turned on my Uber Eats app. I turned on the app. I took an order. I then called the company and I was like, the car broke.
no, you go. Let me find a great order to steal for my.
I waited all
for
night.
our anniversary.
I was very
and you
patient.
did. You got one.
I got a great order. She had some great gnocchi that night. The gnocchi was tremendous. That
Let
night.
me tell about Richie's. My favorite of Richie's. So Richie and I are roommates at this point, and Richie goes,
Oh, this didn't work. Richie fucked up.
he
the
fucked
scam.
up.
He
on this
made you
one.
pay. You
He
had to pay.
No, we split
We
it.
split it.
You split it. Still
But
not
he
great.
I thought it was gonna be free, so it's still
Right,
not
yeah, no,
great.
you-
but
It was a
you
hit.
screwed him over.
it was still great food.
You
but-
owe him dinner tonight.
Yes, you do. But so Richie goes. We're driving by this great restaurant all the time, where it's like there's a line, and you look it up on Yelp, and it's 5 stars, 1,000 reviews. And Richie, he's probably sitting on the couch high on weed, and he's hungry.
Yeah.
And he goes, what is it, Norma? Was that what it is?
Forma.
Forma. He goes, you want to get Forma? I go, yeah, but can you afford Forma? It's pretty expensive. And he goes, no. I got the scam. I'll do the scam. So he goes, here's how it works. If you order it, it dispatches the order to the nearest driver. I'm going to be the nearest driver, so I'll get it. We'll do the scam. Yeah. You won't pay anything, and I won't pay anything. So I go, okay, let's do it. So we go on there. We rack up. It was like $300 of fucking food.
Yeah.
And then I go, all right. I said this. I go, are you sure? I'm about to push it. I go, are you sure? I'll push it. Richie's like, yeah, it'll work. I push it, and then it goes, your order got accepted by Ricardo.
Yeah. He got
and then Richie instantly realizes, like, fuck, I'm gonna have to pay for this. And then so the order comes. Richie, very honestly, making like no money at this time, did pay half. Very
I'm
integrity.
glad he
integrity.
did, and he should have, because he fucking underestimated the scam.
I did. I went for it that time.
You really went
there
for
was
it.
somebody closer. Why?
I never went.
we
That's
saw-
a crazy scam.
No, we
He got-
saw when the order got picked up, the guy was right
Yeah,
next
he was
to
closer.
Forma.
He
was right in the parking lot.
we were 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
And he was 1 block.
He was
I
right next to
never
the
did
restaurant.
that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's Richie. Like
I was
Richie got
pushing it.
that's old.
I stretched it.
That's gambling addict Richie.
That he
Yeah.
was.
He's like,
You love
come
the
on.
gamble.
I love the gamble. I was happy
come on,
to do it.
You love gambling.
You don't
Yeah.
appreciate a gamble.
I never went with that scam. That was crazy. Like,
I only did that one time.
Hoping the algorithm sends it to you. No.
He
Can I
was
say-
You know the
somebody's
fool-
closer.
I know that
it was a
ridiculous.
safe bet.
You want to
got
know
unlucky.
the foolproof scam?
Yeah.
Is you just pick it up. You just wait all night for a good order to come your way. You pick it up, and then your car broke.
Yeah,
That's
And you
probably
call
the-
them,
and you get paid.
and they literally don't care.
Yeah.
They pay you, and then they go, we are so sorry about that. You could literally tell them, like, my mom is
Yeah.
shot in the passenger seat. The car is on fire. And they go,
Yeah.
we are so sorry about that. Please just get back out there as soon as you can. They tell you to get back out there as soon as you can. They
You
don't
never
care.
got busted on that scam.
No,
Never.
never.
That is
ever.
the best scam ever.
My favorite scam was you get a Sweetgreen order,
Yeah.
and you cancel it, but you know the order's there,
Right.
I
And
did
you
that a
walk
lot.
in and you
I
look
did
at
this
your
a lot.
phone,
Pick
I
it
did
up.
this a lot.
and you just grab it off the cubby. And
I
you
stopped
walk out.
That is
I
nice.
stopped even waiting for the orders
I
to come
know.
in through Sweetgreen. I just realized how Sweetgreen worked, and I realized it's a cubby system.
These are all scam orders.
And the people working at the counter don't give a shit. They're all fucking making salads, and
Yeah.
I realized they have 1 million online orders in these cubbies.
Right.
So there was like a couple months where I wasn't even working for Uber Eats or Postmates, and I would just drive to Postmates or to Sweetgreen in the middle of the day, and I'd be like, I want lunch, and I'd go
It's
right
so
into
easy.
Sweetgreen. I'd walk in, I'd look at my phone, I'd walk up to the cubbies, and I would just look like, I would just pretend like I'm looking like, is this 806 or is this 907? Is this Miss Johnson or is this Mr. Williams? And then I would just like grab a bag and be like, that's not enough. I grab another one and be like, that's mine. And then I'd leave. And I did that.
They didn't make you go like, who's it for?
No
verification.
Occasionally a lady would come up and be like, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
And I would let somebody else get that lady. Somebody else, some guy in front of me would be like, yo, I'm looking for this. And I'd be like, no, I got it right
like,
here.
she's tough. I'm not going to deal with her.
She's a tough guy. I would just every time, and Sweetgreen, I didn't care because Sweetgreen sucks ass. They're also responsible for the decay of like fucking culture in
that
most
spicy
areas.
cashew dressing is kind of decent with the chicken thigh.
It's fine. Their lettuce sucks. It's everything sucks.
It's not great.
Sweetgreen
Scam them all you want. I'm just saying.
Sweetgreen doesn't even have like a cob. You can't get a cob.
They do have a cob.
That's probably bullshit.
Well, they have like a fake cob.
It's a fake cob.
Yeah, it's not a real cob.
The bacon's like made of like shoelaces.
I don't think they have bacon.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's a fake cob. It's a fake cob.
It's not a cob.
I'm a cob purist. They have a decent chicken thigh. You can get avocado. You can get tomatoes. You can get 50%. I shouldn't even said they have a good cob.
Listen,
what am I talking about? They have a bad cob.
The cob sucks.
No, but it's like it was right down the street, so I used to get it a lot. But no, it's not good. It's bullshit.
And you shouldn't get it. If you're living in an area where you're around a Sweetgreen, please listen to our advice. Just walk in, look at your phone, walk in when it's busy, when there's a line and a bunch of people are ordering ridiculous quinoa, cabbage slaw salads and making the guy go back there and find, like some rare form of tofu.
Yes.
And just walk to the cubbies and just grab a bag and look at your phone and walk out, and it's as simple as that, okay? Everything is crumbling. Nothing matters, okay?
Yeah.
Just take the bag.
This is coaching.
Secure the bag.
This is coaching for... So last time I was on here, I coached people how if you're a criminal, if you've been charged with a crime, how to get out of the crime better. Now we have a scam. If any of you guys can do this, go to any restaurant that has a lot of Postmates orders, come in with a little authority, and simply grab an order.
That's all it
and
takes.
Just give them one of these. Look confident, and you got a free.
Do you know that literally you won't get away with it that much, but it's literally as simple as this. You could walk into any restaurant and just be like, order 298, just make up a number, and it might be one of the numbers.
Yeah.
You could literally just be like, order 497, and they'll be like, do you mean, they might say, do you mean this?
Yeah.
And then you go, yeah, oh shit, yeah, I made a mistake, yeah, that.
Yeah.
They just hand you.
Another
hand you
scam.
food.
And then if they go, can I see your phone? And you look at your phone, you go, oh shit, they cancel it.
Yeah, you just go, they cancel it.
Oh fuck, they can't. All right, sorry, I'll see
Another
you
food
They cancel
scam,
it. Everyone
and this is
cancels
only
it.
for the
Oh, shit,
poorest
they cancel
people in America. And I happen to know your audience is the poorest people in America.
100%, because they can't even give us $5.
No,
we're only making like $248.
I've seen the Patreon. I know they're poor.
Let's rack it up, folks. Okay, Joey's gonna fight. We fucking just talked to a trainer today about Joey's fight regiment.
Yeah, no, so we'll go back to the scam, but that's right. So I've been talking to boxing trainers. I've been anticipating, the 1,000 a month, and I started running on the treadmill after taking off like 8 months of any exercise.
Yeah.
And I was able to run about 2 miles at 6.5 before I was completely gassed out, which is atrocious shape. I used to run 5 miles at 7.5 minute miles, whatever speed that is. Might be 8, might be 7.5. I can't remember what it was, but I'm in atrocious shape.
You're like a cheetah.
I was, and now I'm in such bad shape that I was gassing out. I almost fainted. I tried to run as far as I could, almost fainted.
I'm in such terrible shape. Sometimes I'm on the toilet and I start cramping while wiping. Like I reach back and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wipe this long. I'm cramping. I'm cramping.
But no, so I've been in contact with trainers just in case I might have to do this boxing match. And I've gotten to a point where I'm going like, I hope you guys don't donate because I don't want to have to do this. I'm realizing as I'm talking to these trainers, they're like, man, I talked to this guy, Terry. He was Snoop Dogg's trainer. He was the trainer on Jake Gyllenhaal's movie,
Southpaw.
I got in touch with him and I go, here's the deal. I got this podcast. We have X views. We have this and that. Here's the deal. We have to film it all. Are you willing to do this? and he's going like, he's like a very cool older black guy who trained with Muhammad Ali back in the day, and
Boy, what are we doing to him?
He's no, but I go, I'm not going to deceive this man. Here's the facts. Would you be interested in this? And you could tell that, his last big thing, I think, was that Gyllenhaal movie. And I think he's kind of just bored.
Yeah.
And I go, here's what it is. It's a podcast. It's internet stuff. You may not understand it, but it's good. It's it's very exciting. I'm trying to hype it up. I'm kind of lying to him.
Sure. Of course, you have to.
Well, so here's where I didn't lie, but I go, oh yeah, we got like 3 million views on TikTok in the last 3 weeks.
We're big on the talk, folks.
So that's the stat that I gave him, and we are. That is true.
Yeah.
I think it is close to that number.
We're rapidly.
Yeah. So it wasn't a lie, but I'm kind of just making this sound bigger than it was. And he's like, all right, and he goes, well, why don't you come in, and we'll train, and if I like you, then you can film everything, and I'll train you, and I'll be in your corner, and I'll be your guy. So basically, I have to go train with this guy with no cameras for like 2 times, and if he likes me, then he'll do it. But so we have to get $1,000 on the Patreon.
Yeah, we have to get up to 1,000. We're not,
Otherwise, I'm not doing it.
We're not even at 500.
I don't want to do it. I would hate to do it. It's going to be a nightmare.
No, it'll be a nightmare.
So one of the things was he starts quizzing me. He goes, how much do you weigh? He's like, what kind of shape are you in? And I'm like, well, I'm in terrible shape. I told him, I tried to run 2 miles and I couldn't fucking stand. I almost fainted, blah, blah, blah. He goes, how much do you weigh? I'm like, I'm fat. I'm like 185. It's fucking trouble. I can't, I'm in bad shape. And in his mind, he's like, well, I don't want this fat motherfucker to make me look bad. I want to train people that end up successful.
Right.
So it's going to be up to me to prove to this man that I could take his training, get in very good shape in 6 to 8 weeks.
I think it could be good for your health. The whole point of it.
It'd be amazing for my health, but he doesn't give a shit. He wants
and neither
to train
do the listeners. Apparently.
No, yeah, the listeners, guys, if you're worried about me, donate to Devan's Patreon.
They're not. They want to see you keep drinking every weekend and hanging out.
You guys are sick.
And if you want that, fine. We'll make we can change the goal and be like, Joey will drink 700 beers if you donate $1,000.
Sure. How about that? I'll butt chug a gallon of vodka.
We know that you'd love that a lot more. Yeah, we'll do some Steve-O shit.
Another thing was, he goes, well, who the hell are you going to fight, man? And I go, well, that's another thing. We have to find an opponent. It's like, and he goes, well, don't you want like another social media guy to be the big opponent to, gain a draw?
You should fight that pedophile.
Who?
Salieri.
Josh Michaels.
Who was the...
No. Salieri.
Who was the guy?
That's Mozart's
Who was
enemy.
Who was the pedophile that was like threatening everybody and you started
Oh, that's
him?
Ben's guy.
Yeah.
That guy's
nuts.
That guy weighs like 250 pure muscle.
He'd kill us. He'd kill you.
Well, I don't know if he's a pedophile, right?
I think.
But he was also a cop that
Even if he isn't, let's throw it on him.
Well, I don't want to fight that guy. He was a cop that got kicked off the New Jersey force because he got busted pulling people over while he was drunk off duty.
Oh, that's good.
And he was like possibly going to kill people.
Yeah, no, right, yeah.
So I don't I'd rather not fight him.
Don't fight him.
But honestly, that would be a sick match.
How do we find a weak...
That would be fucking Iron Man.
How do we line up a fight against a weak pedophile?
No, I'm not. Well, if I could just beat like a weak pedophile.
How do we find a weak pedophile?
We need to find a pedophile in Joey's weight class.
Yeah.
To catch an opponent.
Well, no, I don't want to fight a pedophile. The best way to hype up a fight is to fight an opponent who is
also
formidable.
Yeah, right.
Even if he's not famous, he has to at least be a very good fighter, because then at least people will go like, "Oh shit, Joey's fucked. He's gonna really have to train hard and do all this stuff." And when I mentioned that to the trainer, this dude Terry, who's a legend, knows Muhammad Ali and Snoop Dogg, Gyllenhaal. By the way, a trillion other celebrities, trainers. He was their trainer.
He knew Muhammad Ali.
That's a real bit.
Yeah.
That's a spectrum. From Muhammad Ali, he knew Muhammad Ali and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
No, so he's now an old man. Okay. In his younger years, before Muhammad Ali officially like stepped away, he was training with him. Sort of in his latter years.
Sure.
So Muhammad Ali was kind of just older. That
was when Muhammad Ali was naturally shaky.
Yeah. Naturally shaky.
That was when he was naturally dodging punches.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, instead of
Muhammad Ali was just at the bank, just like...
Yeah, non-intentional head
like,
movement. Let's call it that.
Parkinson's float like a butterfly.
Yeah.
But so anyways, so the guy knows him. And I start going like, yeah, I'll fight whoever. Give me like one of your... And he goes, I can find you an opponent any day of the week. I got 1 million opponents. He's like, I got 1 million guys that want to fight. I go, give me one of them. Give me any of them. And he goes, man, you're going to get killed. You fucking told me you're fat, you're out of shape. And I go, listen, man, you train me, we're going to look like heroes if we pull this off. And I'll do whatever you fucking say. So I'm going to go down there. I'm going to train with them a couple of times, but only... We got $1,000 a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
we have to get to that.
Anyways, going back to what I started this as
Uber scams.
Uber scam. So here's the last scam that I'll say, and we can move on.
You got in a little text battle with this guy this last time. He was trying to take your order, right?
Who?
Last time I was at your place, you were like texting a guy. He never texted. He never texted back.
That's different. Here was just the last tip for your listeners, because I know they're all in poverty.
Give them tips.
They're all impoverished.
Literally, just call and say your car broke down. It's as simple as that.
That's a slam
just
dunk.
Wait all night
but this
for
is
a
a
giant
scam.
order.
Here's a
feed
scam.
your family. I was feeding everyone in my life.
Here's a scam for people that aren't in Postmates. You go to McDonald's. You buy a meal. Let's say you go crazy. You have like a $14 McDonald's order. You went big. You got the milkshake. You got the fries. You went crazy. Or it can be $6. Doesn't matter what you got. Keep the receipt. Drive up to the drive-thru and go like, hey, they messed up my order last time I was here, and they said I could come get like a redo on this. Here's the actual order. They will give you that order for free.
Do they not look at the date?
Wow.
No, they do.
That's good.
But keep your receipt. That's what I'm saying.
Oh shit.
So like you came in on the 6th. It's now the 10th. Hey guys, by the way, I'm back.
You can do this off a delivery?
No. Go to the drive-thru.
Okay.
I did that with my friends one time. We were on a road trip up to Oregon. We were going to visit my friend in Eugene. He was at school. We were on a road trip, and we'd seen this. There's like a Frenchman on like YouTube. This guy that like used to just do like incredible prank videos, and he would like run through France in like a Pokemon outfit and just like run into shit.
I've seen him.
He's crazy.
He does Mario Kart things.
He's nuts.
Yeah.
He's nuts.
I've seen him.
And he did like a whole thing on how to steal McDonald's. And he would go. You go through the drive-through, and you have to go through a drive-through where there's 2 windows, and it has to be busy.
Right.
So there has to be cars behind you. And in
I've
front of
seen
you.
this, and
you go through
you go. Never mind. I pulled.
You just go. I'm sorry. I pulled into the wrong. I didn't want to do this. And then they go, okay, whatever. And then you just keep waiting, and then you just take the order of the car behind you.
Spoil your great scam. I just realized like
it's a tremendous scam.
Yeah.
And me and my friends did this in like you know when you're on a road trip and you're in the middle of nowhere, but randomly there's just some like town that only has a McDonald's and like a Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And you're like, where do the people live? Like they work here. Like what do they live like in the kitchen? Like are they just like living in cots? Like are they slaves to the Taco Bell?
Right.
So it was one of those McDonald's. So we were like very confident in stealing from it, and it had to. And we took the order.
You do the scam. You're a ghost.
We got right back on the highway and we flew. And it was amazing. It was like fucking like the town.
Did one time me and my friend tried to steal a semi truck. Have I told you about this?
God,
have I told you about this?
Semi truck.
So my friend Jake Wagner fell off a cliff in Rapid City, South Dakota, and broke like all of his bones, like Evil Knievel style. Break all your bones.
How did he fall off the cliff?
How'd that happen?
He's
drunk?
A klutz. He's a klutz.
Oh yeah, he was hammered too.
He just walked.
I don't even think he was hammered. If he was hammered, then that's a better excuse.
If he was sober, that's pathetic.
I hope he was hammered, exactly. But I think he was sober.
He just walked right off it?
No. So they're hiking. They're going to do like tubing on a creek or whatever, and they're going down like a hill that is semi-steep. And if you go in the wrong direction, there's a cliff. Honestly, it's semi-hard to fall down.
Yeah, if you go in the wrong direction, off the cliff.
Yes. So he's a klutz. I'll say that. I'm not afraid to say that. Jake Wagner, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm giving your full name. You're a klutz.
Is he okay? Did he?
No, yeah, he survived.
Walks? He still walks?
Survived. He's
okay.
filled with fucking bolts and shit. He's like a,
he's like a Home Depot.
Yeah. No, yeah. His body's like 90% metal, like Wolverine, but he's fine. But anyways, he does that, falls down the fucking cliff. 6 months later, we're like, we got to drive him to the hospital in Denver because he needs like Denver surgery. That's where they do the surgery for him. And my friend Zach Felistra, giving everybody's name away.
Wow.
Zach Felistra is in there. So we all got hammered, and we're like, tomorrow we're going to drive there. Instead of sleeping, me and Zach just kept drinking all night. And so we're getting very, very hammered all fucking night. And then now we're driving down the street. We're driving to Denver, so it's a 6-hour drive. And we find a town that there's a sign that says population 1. It's population 1. It's a sign. It's like an official city sign, population 1.
Yeah.
And we're like, whoa, let's piss and smoke a cig. That's funny.
It's where the Unabomber lives.
Yeah, exactly. It's his cabin, and if you step inside of it, he sets off a bomb.
It goes off.
Yeah, sure. But so we go there, and we stop at a rest stop, which is, whatever, standard rest stop. There's a rest stop there just because.
Sure. There's some lot lizards. You guys have
No, it's pretty empty. There's just one semi-truck.
Right.
And me and Zach, by the way, have been drinking and driving the whole time. So we never went to sleep, and we just kept drinking. So me and Zach drinking and driving. We get there. There's a semi-truck, and I go, somehow we decided, Zach, get in the semi and steal a semi-truck. And we'll whatever it's full of, we'll go sell that on the black market.
Right. Yeah, of course. Of course.
We're so fucking hammered that we thought that we could get away with this scot-free. And Zach runs into the truck, and he doesn't know how to drive a semi-truck. They're hard to drive.
Yeah.
They require, I don't know how to drive one either, but you can't do it like a regular car. But he's grinding the gears, and he's like fucking it up. And the semi-truck driver comes sprinting out of the fucking bathroom, the rest stop, and chased us off.
Like Goodfellas, not like Goodfellas. He.
No, yeah. Then we ran into a diner and go, these guys just stole our truck. I wouldn't say what they said, but no, I can't remember why I told that story. But
it's just fun to almost steal a semi truck.
No, it was. It was very fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never did that.
No, I never did anything.
No, that was that was the only time I did that.
Growing up in LA, you're not in the position to just drive drunk and like drive while drinking.
No, that it feels like, especially when you're out there going from South Dakota, you're driving through like an empty, barren wasteland.
Nothing going on.
And there's one man in the city on the sign, so it's
feel like you can do it.
Is that guy a cop? He's probably a cop, but there's only one of them.
Right.
And then let's steal his truck.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Did you get it moving at all?
No, I didn't get in the truck. It was Zach.
It was just one. Yeah. Those things that,
I was driving the getaway car, and it was just grinding, shitty, fucking it up. The guy ran out, and he just hopped in. We sped off.
The closest thing to that in D.C. was a friend of mine hit a cop car and just like kept going. He like clipped the mirror.
Like a park.
He was driving drunk down Connecticut Avenue in D.C. And the cop, I think he had been like pulling someone over, and he hit a side view mirror. And then kept going, and the cop tried to chase him, but he just he had so much distance on him. He knew he could hear the sirens.
Can you guys hear my breathing, by the way, out of my nose? I'm not wearing headphones.
Here and there.
Can you, Gerardo? Okay, sweet.
No. Fine. Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know why.
I know a couple people actually who would get in cop chases and then like ditch their car and call the car and stolen.
Oh, that's the easiest scam.
That's very common, right?
If you crash into a car and you're driving down the street, obviously go drive up a fucking cul-de-sac, park it, call your friend, pick me up, and then go. Somebody stole my car. It's slam dunk. If you don't do that, you're a fucking idiot.
It's a slam dunk. No,
I've never done that, but that's obviously what I would do.
No, I remember a friend of mine, 17. He was drunk. Cops chased. We're gonna pull him over. It was a DUI checkpoint. He goes to pull in slowly, and he's like, and then just speeds up and just goes right through it. They go to hop in their cars. He shoots down a side street, gets out of it, runs, calls the car and stolen.
Another great tip.
That was it.
Another great tip if you're a crook, and I'm not. Listen, I obey the law.
We're all crooks here.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
We're crooked podcasters. We're a bunch of crooked podcasters.
But here's what you do. So if you memorize the model of the cop car and know how fast it can go. So a lot of these cop cars can go 136. That's their max speed.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Shitty cars, but that's a lot of, one of the most popular cop car models can go 136. So if you see that and you happen to be speeding, if your car, and by the way, a lot of cars can't quite do this, but if your car can go 150, it's policy that they can't chase you. They can't chase you.
I've been watching a lot of that recently. You know what else I've been watching a lot of? Audits.
Oh, no.
Huh? You ever seen an audit, Gerardo? This whole podcast is an audit podcast now, okay? All I do is watch people defending our First Amendment.
They're beautiful.
Right? The Constitution is what matters most, folks. And if you go on YouTube, you find out that other people think the same way.
God,
Rights are what? They're a muscle.
They're a muscle.
And you got to exercise.
You got to
them.
exercise.
If you don't use them, you lose them.
You got to exercise that
You don't use
muscle,
them, you
okay?
lose 'em.
If you don't use them, you lose them. Sometimes it's necessary to go to the post office and just cause havoc.
You got to
And it's sometimes to defend your rights, you have to go to the post office. You have to bring GoPros. You have to bring your son, and he holds a camera, and you guys just film the post office, and then they call the cops because they're like, "Are these people going to like bomb us, or like what are they? Are they going to shoot us up?"
Yeah.
And then the cops come, and then you just talk to the cops like they're pieces of shit, and it's a fun time, and it makes for a great video.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've seen these, but there's a bunch of First Amendment auditors on YouTube. And it's like my new favorite thing. I go to sleep watching it. I watch all I do is watch First Amendment auditors. They're amazing.
Well, so, let's explain
a little. Yeah, explain the First Amendment
So
audit.
to what this actually is, it's people that believe in the First Amendment and they want to make sure that it's being defended. So they will go to a post office, for example, and they will defend the fact that they're allowed to film things freely without anybody, interfering with that. A post office is federal property. It's public property. They can film whatever they want without anyone interfering. It's illegal. So we have these guys that go there as an act of protest. They'll show up to a post office. They'll start filming in a very creepy way. They'll walk into a post office. Let's face the facts. People that work at a post office,
No, it's creepy.
they're regular.
Yes, it's
they're
scary.
regular citizens.
I'm afraid.
That might
when
be
I
your
watch them.
mom. It might be your aunt. It might be your friend.
Yep.
Regular people
They always act like it's totally normal. Like, what? I'm just filming. And be like, yeah, that doesn't happen every day.
Right.
If somebody wandered into your office with a
Matt
camera
Massetti.
and put it into your face and they just creepily looked
That's
at you.
very creepy.
It's very creepy.
It's very
and
creepy. It's like I'm sure Stephen Paddock filmed the Mandalay Bay for weeks before,
Exactly. It feels like a stakeout for a future shooting or something. But they'll do that, and then they will incite a cop call. The cops eventually arrive, inevitably, every time.
They always come.
And when the cops come, then he brings out the amendments. He starts talking about the Constitution, and he says, listen, I can be here, whatever. I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
And the first cop will always go, You're sorry, sir. You're getting trespassed. You're coming with me.
Can we get your ID?
Exactly. No, you can't have my ID. And he goes, call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. And I guess if you tell a cop to call your supervisor, they have to, because they always do. So they call the supervisor shows up, and the supervisor's usually a little bit, they know the law. So they go, okay. They go, fuck yeah, this guy can do this. If we trespass him for doing this, we can be sued.
He's got the camera on us.
So basically, they have to tell the guy who's now been an obnoxious monster for hours, you can keep being an obnoxious monster. And the guy celebrates. He's got extreme ODD. He celebrates. He
does a victory lap.
Oh, God.
He starts giving
Explain what ODD is. It's
ODD is oppositional defiant disorder.
Yes, and that's what all these guys have.
Yes. It's
They're
a natural
obsessed with
aversion to authority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll start with usually they come in, they're just videotaping things. One person will come out of nowhere and be like, you can't videotape here. Then they go get somebody else who comes in and he starts just grilling them.
Yes.
Just being like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. And he'll be like, yeah, I don't think you know what you're talking about. Why don't you check code 7? Yeah. I'll point it out to you. I'll point it out to you. Yeah. And then they just talk.
They always go into the post office. He then shows them code 7.
He's like quoting. No, he never shows them. They never want to see it.
They never want to see it, but he always is trying to take them to code 7.
To code 7.
And they never want to learn code 7, much like building 7.
And then eventually some post office supervisor will come out who will call the cops. Yep. And then, as Joey said, the first cop is always like pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
and then thinks he can just like shut it down easy.
Well, because you know the first cop you send to a situation like that is your lowest ranking rookie cop.
Yeah.
Because there's a weird complaint of harassment at a post office. You don't send your best guy. You send your worst guy.
Right.
He gets there, realizes he's outgunned by a brilliant genius named Amagansett Press.
Yeah. The weird Amagansett Press. Amagansett is the man that we watch a lot.
Yes.
We also watch what is it? Bay Area
Transparency.
Bay Area Transparency.
BAT,
Bat.
Bay Area Transparency. We also watch Audit, the Audit. There's a lot of great auditors out there, and it's time to give them their due.
Yes.
You know, also I will say, last point on auditors is that one of my big things when I first started watching, I didn't really understand the idea behind it. I go, well, these guys are clearly just ODD guys, like I just explained. They don't care about the Constitution. They're using this as an outlet to express their frustration with their ODD. They just need to let it out on somebody. But then I thought about it for a second, and I realized, like, the Constitution itself is the product of somebody that had ODD.
Right.
Somebody came down and wrote a paper where he goes, like, you can't fucking do anything to me. Nobody can touch me. I can have a gun. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And everybody signed off on it.
Yeah.
That's the ODD Bible.
They all have ODD.
Yeah, no, it's ODD. And there's nothing. ODD is not a disorder. I think it's a virtuous trait. I think all the great leaders in the world have had ODD.
Yeah, I think so too. It gets shit done.
But they're very fun videos.
They're great videos, and it just always makes you wonder what happened to the guy that's doing the audit. You're like, what was your story? You always think like, man, you must have just been raped through by a cop.
A postmaster.
Yeah, the postmaster of the post office just held you up against the wall one time and just went to town because what is making you... Also, what's amazing is that they always go to like small towns. Like,
well, he's traveling the country. He goes to big cities.
He's traveling the country with his kid.
Amagansett.
And Amagansett Press YouTube channel. Check it out. Tremendous work. But Amagansett is traveling the country with his kid, and they go to towns, and it's like there's maybe like it's like a town of like it could be like 500 people. And there's like a local small...
He was in South Dakota in towns where I know it's like 6,000 people
small
max.
Post office, and he's going to the post office, and he's standing outside like a freak with all of his fucking...
Yeah.
With all of his equipment. And then the people walking in and out of the post office, just like regular citizens are like, hey, like what's going on? Are you okay? Like, what is this? Like, they think that he's like gonna shoot up the next Batman movie. Like, they don't know that he's like about like his rights.
As they should.
I know.
That's why it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
He's also a psychopath.
I know.
He's a weird guy.
He's a little weird.
The way he says things,
but we want to get him
think...
on the podcast.
We've
been messaging him for a while now. I don't think he's weird. I think he's weird. He cares about his constitutional right.
He's not weird.
He's not weird in any way. In fact, all my friends are the same as Amagansett.
I love when Amagansett, when someone will be like, what are you doing? He's just like, I don't want to talk to you. Yeah. I don't want to talk to you at all. And then he's just like, just tell me what you're doing. He's like, I'll explain it to you afterward. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, he always goes,
There's no nefarious activity going on here. There's no nefarious activity. I just want to let you know that, but I don't want to talk to you.
Part of my thing, I don't explain it until it's over, so why don't you go away?
Yeah. And then he'll be in line at the post office, and there's like a line, and he's holding his cameras, and like some guy will come up to him and be like, hey, sir, like the guy will be asking everybody in line like what they're trying to like get.
Yeah.
And everybody will be like, I'm trying to get this or that, and he'll be like, okay, so you need to stay in line. When he gets up to Amagansett, he'll be like, what do you need, sir? And Amagansett will be like, I'm just getting one stamp.
Yeah.
And the guy will be like, oh, okay, well, there's a stamp machine right there. You don't need to just wait in line where you can just buy it at the stamp machine. And he goes, I'm good. He goes, I'm good. He goes, I really want to see how the interaction goes. I really love interactions. I just want to see how this goes. And then he films the lady and the women, the people at the front of the post office are always tremendous. They always work.
Not always.
A lot of the time, though.
A lot of the time, they're very good. It's always these other guys, the guys that move the mail and those big boxes.
Yeah, the snitches.
Those are the snitches.
The mail room guys.
The mail room guys they don't have anything going on, and they hate men with cameras.
They're unanimous snitches.
Yeah, they are
every time. I don't know why.
I didn't know there was so much seedy stuff going on at the post office.
I will. Last thing on this, here's how to talk to Amagansett. If you work at a post office, this is for you. If you work at a post office and Amagansett walks into your place, he's going to go ahead and he's going to make himself known.
Yeah,
he's gonna make a scene.
It's his.
He might have
a
gun. He has a gun.
He does. He open carries a lot.
He does, yeah.
He open carries a lot.
It's very alarming.
Yeah, he'll walk around like a fucking nursing home with like a rifle, and then people.
And who does he have with him?
The cops will come up to him and they'll be like, "What are you up to?" He's like, "Nothing weird going on here."
No nefarious activity.
Why do you think this is weird? I'm merely walking around a nursing home with a bazooka.
And who does he have with him in every video?
His son.
Who's
he look like?
the Watchman. He looks like Chief from Once Upon a Time, or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
He's an 8-foot tall Native American
Yes, his
dude.
son is like an 8-foot tall Native American kid, and he does not look Native American at all.
No, Amagansett is like 5 foot
interesting,
nothing,
yeah.
and the Native American's 8 feet tall.
What did we find out?
It's like Chief.
Amagansett is married to Nancy Pelosi. But yeah, no, it's always interesting when he open carries and he's like, yeah, is there anything wrong with that? And it's like, they're like, sir, you're at like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. You're walking up into a public building and you're staring through a window with a gun and
like,
a camera.
Sir, you
look like a shooter.
They're like, sir,
of course you look like a shooter.
You're at Raging Waters right now. With a bazooka. We're just kind of wondering. We're not even trying to like infringe on your rights. We're just wondering, do you ride the bazooka down the water slide? We are not sure what your method is here, and we're just merely asking.
And the police show up and he goes, "Oh no, I have a license for the bazooka."
I have a license for the bazooka.
What's against the law about the bazooka?
Yeah, that's just your opinion. That's subjective.
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
that's your
He's
taking
incredible.
the law into your opinion. That's not a law. I can have a bazooka at this Chuck E. Cheese.
Nobody knows the law better than Amagansett.
He's brilliant. I had a point that I can't remember what I was going to say. Do you guys remember?
That ODD is beautiful.
No, it was something about how to deal with Amagansett.
Oh yeah, you were going to explain how to deal with him.
If he comes
into your place, here's the deal. Go, hey, Amagansett, this is legal. Feel free to do this, and you're fine. And what Amagansett will say is, all right, cool. I'm going to keep doing it then. And he will leave in about 2 minutes.
Yes, that's the thing.
What he wants is the police to come. He wants a huge fight, and then he wants the police to go, you have to get out of here.
And wait longer than him.
And then once he realizes I've outwitted the police, and they realize that I'm smarter than them about the law, what he'll do is he'll go, okay, yeah, so I'm right, you're wrong. I'm your boss. You're my slave. He really cucks them in a weird way.
They always walk back to their cars.
And then what he does,
sad.
They go, okay, so what do we do? We're going to sit here all day? And he's like, first of all, yeah, I got all fucking day. Yes, I will sit here. But then he'll go, all right, guys, you're reasonable. If you're reasonable, he'll go, you're reasonable, I'm reasonable. If you take off, I'll hang out for about 2 minutes, and then I'll leave on my own accord.
Yeah, he always says that. That's his favorite thing.
He's waiting for you to say you can stay.
Yep.
And then he'll go, oh, actually, I'll leave.
To exercise his right.
Yeah.
To exercise his right. He's exercising his muscle, okay?
Exactly.
His First Amendment right.
The
constitutional right.
I would love to know, and we're getting him on the podcast.
I want to know what the fuck happened to him.
I contacted him. I messaged him. He's going to come on. He hasn't responded yet, but I'm not going to...
We're going to try and get him on.
I'm not going to stop until
he won't
agrees.
respond, but yeah, he thinks that he has ODD.
Let's face the facts. Oh, I mean, he'll come here and be like, "Oh my God, my brothers! Like, how have I not met you?" Like,
he'd love us.
Oh God,
he'd love us. I want to do an audit with him.
Tell me about your apartment tour. You did what? I'll go. Yeah, I would have done the exact same thing. Yeah,
exactly. I want to fucking go on an audit with him, like a ride along, like
that
a
would be
ride along audit with Amagansett.
That would be my dream.
He's a hero of mine.
He's my hero.
I love all these guys online.
I love when he takes the victory lap. There was one I watched where the cop, like, he was like, "You're absolutely right." He got him. It happened to be on like wearing a mask, which was like, I don't know. Whatever. I thought that one was taken a little far. Like whatever.
Well, Amagansett doesn't seem to be wearing a mask when he turns the camera on himself. He never does. So what's he care?
So
about
he takes a victory lap.
You got.
Oh, he took a victory lap into the Department of Health in Wyoming.
Interesting.
I think.
Interesting place.
Yeah, he's like at the Department of Health, and then he's just like, as the cop's explaining to the woman how she can't enforce the mask law, he's like, "That's right. I hope you learned something today. Did you learn? We all learned so." He's heckling her.
He always rubs it in. After that's the victory lap. You're right. He goes, "Did you get educated?
Did you get educated today?"
You want to know one of his favorite moves though, which is the one thing that he could be canceled for, because Amagansett might get pretty big. So I don't want him to get canceled.
You don't want him to get,
but he does.
I don't know what you're gonna say, but I don't like it.
He loves to. Yeah, he can cancel. Check out Louis season 1.
Well, don't associate Amagansett with that
They look kind of similar. I think Louis is a First
jack
Amendment auditor. Actually,
He was jacking off to be like,
to
"Look,
audit.
that-
He was like, "This is my right."
They
to-
agreed to do it.
This
Yeah,
is
I did
my
it. What's
private hotel room.
Where's the law that I broke? They agreed. I did it. What's the law?
This is my plant in my hotel room that I can jack off into.
I'm exercising.
I'm exercising my cock.
Yeah, he's telling the judge. He goes, listen, if somebody agrees to let you watch you jack off, that's legal. If we don't do that all the time, those rights will be taken away. Certainly, I have to do that for the Constitution.
Thomas Jefferson used to ask women to jerk off in front of them all the time.
We find out Louis was just a First Amendment auditor.
That would be so stunning.
He was like, "Yeah, I pulled my cock out at Just for Laughs to like show these people like what the Constitution is all about." He has his kids with him holding GoPros.
Yeah.
They're filming him jerking off in front of like Simon and Garfunkel. Garfunkel and Oates. But that'd be better if it was Simon and
It would be,
Garfunkel.
yeah, some actual talent.
That would be a
can't
really
go
cool
there.
story.
Never mind.
But God forbid, don't say that, Richie. Fucking Jew.
Richie.
You don't even know what I was going to say.
No, because I'm trying to get. I'm on Garfunkel and Oates side.
yeah.
Right.
They'd call you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. they're anti-Semites.
Really
Are they
Garfunkel
anti-Semitic?
notes. Garfunkel
No,
notes.
I know nothing about them.
They've
They're-
said bad stuff about Jews.
If I
They're
were,
really-
if
they're
I were to
talented.
They've
slam,
said a lot of bad
yes,
stuff about Jews.
They have.
They have, yeah, they have.
Go ahead.
But Ammon Gansett's main thing that I think where he goes over the line a little bit, because you guys all know I'm a feminist.
Yes.
Is where when any woman gives him any like backlash for a second, he goes, "Oh, is that how you talk to your husband?"
Yeah, I wouldn't even let my
No,
wife
he
talk
says
to me like
to
that.
men. I'll defend him right now. I'm about
Okay.
to sound like a cuck and a brony, but he'll say that to men as well all the time. So one of his biggest lines is, "You can talk to your wife like that, but not me, dude."
Okay.
So he goes.
Yeah, okay.
He's a married
either
man,
side.
happily married man with a kid. So what he'll do is he knows what married life is like. So
Yeah.
he'll use that to be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
talk to your spouse like that, but I'm not married to you."
Right.
So he does that to men.
Yeah,
anyway.
he's married to a gun.
Where's the mom? Where's this kid's mom here? She never wants.
I've seen her.
Oh, he killed.
She's in every once in a while.
Oh, really?
The wife
She
is
comes
in
on
there?
the audits?
Yeah.
What does she do?
She defends him.
She comes and brings like a grilled
that's-
cheese because he's hungry and he's been waiting out a post office for 11 hours.
She brings him a packed lunch. Like,
Here's
are
a
you
string
auditing, honey?
cheese.
Yeah.
He's like scrolling. He's like, it's my first man right to eat the string cheese.
No, she's been in some audits and she's a sweetheart.
She's been in a couple
Is she
audits,
Native
has she?
American?
Yeah, actually she is.
Okay.
So that does explain. But here's the weird thing. She's not that tall. And so
Interesting.
So his son, I don't want to say this because he might come on the podcast.
They don't call his sons by his name. His name's Watchman. They call him
Yeah, the
They call him the Watchman.
But
His
yeah,
son's
so-
cool.
Son's cool as
They're
hell.
both cool
He
as
chills
fuck.
out.
I
He's
love them
probably
both.
chain smoking bong hits or something. He's
Yeah.
very chilled out.
They're always in like Colorado.
No, they're
Yes.
all over.
No, they're all over.
Utah, Colorado is where
I
the
think those are
majority
just
of
the one-
videos I've watched
Yeah, those
by
are.
Ammon Gansett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, great wife. I've seen her. She's fun.
He's got a great wife. Interesting.
great wife.
Cool.
She's a 10 out of 10. She's got
Cool.
big milky jugs and
Yeah.
big juicy ass on her.
Yeah, that's rare in those areas, honestly.
Yeah, no,
No, I'm kidding. She's a whatever.
Oh, she's whatever.
She's hot enough for Anna
Yeah.
Ganson.
What's always interesting watching those videos is watching the people walking in and out, and it's like everybody in those towns just looks
we need to.
bad.
What if we could?
Except for Anna Gansett, who
He's
I
tremendous
think a 10.
looking. Yeah, no, he's great.
And his wife's a 10.
He's great.
What if we could combine, like, get an auditor who also does like day game, so they do both. So it's like they're a pussy magnet,
That would be
and they're an
weird.
Day
auditor.
game is what pickup artists do.
Yeah, pickup artists.
We've talked about it on podcasts
Yes,
in the
yes, yes,
past.
yes, yes.
We love
I love those
pickup
guys
artists.
too. I think those guys are hilarious. Because what I'm getting at is like we got to get an auditor who's like really. Emma
Spit it out.
Gansett
Gansett.
is cool, you know, but I want like
Even cooler.
a really
Maybe if he's
cool-
fucking doing yo-yo tricks and he's got a fedora on. Imagine if these auditors were even cooler.
I know.
And they started
What if they
fucking,
pulled?
Yeah, they started doing little. He has a skateboard. He's like doing an ollie.
What if he's like? What if he's doing an audit? He's talking to the cops and getting girls' numbers at the same time.
That'd be pretty cool. That ought to be the greatest auditor of all
That
time.
would be sick. Like a cop's like a harassing. Like, I will arrest you, sir. Like, you better get your shit together. And then he goes like, hang on, on 1 sec. It's like, what's your number?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
That would be remarkable.
This can't go very far. I'm just, I don't know. I thought it and then I said
Yeah, no, it'd be cool. It'd be cool.
Yeah, but
I love the audit game.
Yeah, I do.
I would do it if I
knew
cared
the law.
enough about
if I knew the
laws. I just don't know.
I don't even care about the Constitution. I might start doing it for fun.
We should do it. I want to audit the auditors. I want to show up and film Am Ganson and be like, well, we're just trying to make sure he's staying honest.
Well, he's not going to. What he would do if you did that, he would go, it's your right to film me.
He'd love that.
Brother.
No, he'd love that. He'd be like, yeah, come on in, brother.
Yeah.
And then we'd all hang out with him afterwards, and we'd go to a Waffle House and hang out.
Yeah, it would be a stunning time.
Show
you guys
us videos.
you'd try to sabotage him. You end up being his best friend and his soldier.
You can't hate these people.
No,
They're so awesome.
They're just about what's right.
No, I absolutely agree.
I love the Constitution, and I think it's a tragedy that the law enforcement doesn't really understand the laws that much.
Couldn't agree
and they
more.
don't understand about Section 7.
No, read the book.
You know how many postmasters out there don't understand Section 7?
Honestly, it's on the wall
It's on the wall in every post office, folks. Look at Section 7. You are allowed to film inside the post office.
News media.
Why you would be doing so, I don't know, but you're allowed to.
And that's
It's
the
legal.
point.
And if you try to
We're going to film our next podcast inside the post office.
That's actually the best idea I've ever
Why don't we do that?
That's the best fucking idea.
Why don't we go down to the post office down here, an LA post office too, where they don't have any patience for our horse shit?
That is such a good
where they're
idea.
like, yes, sir.
Hey, Patreon. If you give us at 1,000, I'm gonna box somebody. I'll get my brains bashed in. I'm gonna have CTE. I'll never recover. I'll be drooling and shaking.
Yep.
And that's gonna be a great, but also great training session. Great fun. But at $500 a month, here's what we're gonna do. We'll go to the post office and we will record a podcast, mobile. And
with GoPros.
They'll try to kick us out, and we'll do an audit.
And the cops will show up, and the LAPD doesn't have time to deal with this, and we'll
do an audit.
Why don't we do that with Am Ganson? Why don't we ask if Am Ganson can be like our ambassador to help us film a podcast like at the post office?
How many subscribers does he have?
He's killing it, bro.
Oh, really?
He's got almost a couple 100,000
on YouTube.
The man's a beast.
219,000 followers.
I think it's higher. I think it's 267,000 as of last
you might be
night.
right.
I watched a few vids last night. I go to sleep to audits.
Okay, so I've fallen asleep to audits.
I fall asleep to audits. I love a good audit.
I love audits.
The funny thing is, all the cops know about them too. All the cops are like, "Is this one of these First Amendment audits?"
And a lot of the cops go and against it. I've seen your
they
videos.
Go, yes, you're Am Ganson.
Yeah, you're a legendary auditor.
Yeah,
please.
It's like running into Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He's famous.
It is. No, he's a
it's incredible.
Infamous guy. Yeah.
It's incredible. I wish I could devote my life to that. Unfortunately, I don't really care about the laws.
But we will do an audit at $500 a month.
If we get to $500, we'll try and do an audit.
No, we're not.
We will. We'll do an audit.
We'll go to a post office.
We'll film.
We'll do it on a phone or however we figure out how to do it.
We'll do an audit.
We'll film it and we'll stand in the post office and we'll just start podcasting and then they'll ask us to leave.
And we'll be like, sorry, I'm waiting for my stamps.
No, yeah, exactly. We'll go, no, we're legally allowed to do this.
Right.
And we'll do a full audit.
Because that's where, I've always thought most of the corruption in this country is happening at my local post office. You know? The post office is the culprit.
Now, I don't want to spend too much time on audits, but I will say that Am Ganson, it does go to post offices only, and a lot of the more hardcore auditors will go to a police station and start peeking through their windows and filming them, and they will basically threaten to kill cops.
I don't think Am Ganson wants to go to the police station because he's got his kid with him.
Yeah,
and
that's what it is.
Yeah,
we should do the podcast at the police station.
Yeah,
and bring all our black
friends.
Here's the
thing:
with
I don't even. These auditors have balls of steel because I don't even trust the police. I feel like if I were to bring up my constitutional rights, the police would just still shoot me in the face.
That's why they're brave.
I just don't. Yeah, that's why they're brave. I really don't.
That's one of the main reasons.
I don't think I'd ever get the opportunity to explain the laws to a cop. I just feel like I'd be hit.
I think that's where the camera. comes in.
That's why you start respecting their skill, though. Too, it's where you start seeing them de-escalate things perfectly. He's never been arrested once, and there's many times where he's about to be arrested, and he goes, "Whoop, pump the brakes."
Yeah.
aligns himself. But anyways, what else do we have to talk about? We've done a lot on odds.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
how long have we done, Gerardo?
We're at 105.
105.
We can do more.
Interesting. We can do a little more. Yeah, I don't know. You know, but the what's interesting about those audits, I know we don't want to keep on audits, but like it's always funny watching the first like 20 minutes because he's setting up shop. So these auditors will film out front of the post office for about like 20 minutes, just waiting outside filming, and people, regular citizens, the people he's trying to, you know, help, like he wants them to know their rights.
Right.
Citizens are walking in and out, and they get a little. They're like, "What is?" They come up to him. They're like,
"Well,
they're like, I don't, allow myself to be filmed."
And I've thought about this. I've been deeply thinking about why these reactions happen the way that they do, and think about it like this. Number one, there's this ancient Native American belief that if you photograph somebody, you steal their soul, and certainly that's not true. But there is something true about if you film somebody, you capture their essence, you post it without their permission, they're taking your essence from you in a way where it's not under your permission. It's uncomfortable. Right. Certainly it's uncomfortable. Right. And the other part of it is when you have a creep walking up to you like that and not announcing their intentions, a stranger who approaches you and doesn't announce their intentions, it's like an instinct. We're trained to be like, what does this guy want? What? This is a stranger. He's approached me. He's not saying what he's going to do. He has a gun. This is creepy. This scares me. So it's a natural reaction.
Yeah.
It's a natural reaction.
It's a totally natural reaction. I think, like Richie said, he should start getting into the day game aspect of it, though. He should start hitting on the women that ask him questions.
I would love to see him start
add day game into it. That's all I'm saying.
Add an element to it.
A little splash of day game.
They could add an element to it. It'd be exciting.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine he's like getting numbers.
he's like,
Him and his kid, the final 10 minutes.
He's like, what's your badge number? And ma'am, what's your phone number?
Yeah. The final 10 minutes of the video is him and his son running a train on a woman that they met outside the post office.
The victory lap is them running a train in the back of the post office. Yeah. We're in a restricted area now, bitch.
I think
is this your pussy restricted area?
if Ammon Gansett were to like start dating the postmaster.
Oh, God.
It's a story. That's an unbelievable
now that's
story.
A story.
That's an unbelievable
Now that's
story.
for the press. Now, Devin, I'm changing subjects.
Change the topic.
So, you're an LA kid. You grew up in LA.
Sure.
Your whole life, Echo Park, of course. And we've just found out upstairs, in a month you're going to be taking a trip to New York City.
Right.
The Big Apple.
Yeah.
Big NYC guy. Big fancy city boy.
You know, I've heard there's a lot of... they talk a lot of shit about LA. Over in New York City.
Yeah, I guess they do.
And I feel like your whole life you've had to deal with this. People always tell you got to go to New York. People think Devin's from New York.
Here's the thing. It's people often do think I'm from New York because I'm like a dumb piece of shit. How about that? How about that as an insult, New York? Go fuck yourselves.
Because that's
No, yeah, I'm going to New York. I'm going to enjoy it. I haven't been to New York since I was fucking Joey loves to bully you when he's drunk. Yeah, going to New York, it should be a fun time. I do think New York's the best city in the world. I think it's better than LA. Like I'm actually willing to go there. I'm aware of that. I'm not like an idiot.
Okay.
It's a city. It's like a real city.
Right.
The reason the reason I'm such a proud Angelino is because I think we already have like all those elements. But we're spread out. We have room. We have time to breathe, and we also don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So in this question you're asking me, I don't want to come off like I don't want to come off like I actually care because I don't want to make it seem like we are even thinking about New York out here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I brought it up.
You're right.
I'm the one
but
who
we're not.
Brought it to your attention.
But that's always interesting. Like it's always like every other place is the one trying to like have the fight. Whereas Angelinos are like, sure, whatever. We're just gonna go back to we're gonna keep doing our thing.
Yeah,
like, we don't. I'm not thinking about you. I don't care about your grind. I don't care that you never sleep. I don't care that you can get a turkey and cheese at 3 a.m. Why are you up at 3 a.m.? Go to sleep. Get a better sleep schedule. New York.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have a fun time though. I love New York. You know, I have family in New Jersey and shit, and it'll be fun. I'll be with Tim, I think. But yeah, it's also like, I don't care. Everyone goes to New York to like use it as an identity. Like it's not, they're not even, New Yorkers aren't like the ones I have a problem with. It's people that just move to New York the same way they moved to LA. Like I know a ton of young people that live in New York for like a decade and they talk about it because they have nothing. They suck. They don't do anything. And their entire identity is the fact that like they live in a hellscape of New York and their life's hard. But they live in New York and it's always booming and bustling and oh my God, and look at me, I'm all over the city and I'm in Times Square, I'm in fucking Central Park, I'm in the Village, I'm in this or that. It's like fine, but like what do you do? New York's not an identity. I don't give a shit. And also they're allowed to get away with way more because they like a lot of people from New York are allowed to like say anything they want because like they like grew up out, like they like stand outside of bodegas and talk shit.
Yeah.
Whereas like if anyone else said that throughout the country, like it'd be like racist or like sexist or whatever.
You see a lot of people from New York who like take on an accent where they get to have attitude where it's like you grew up in the West Village.
Yeah.
You're like a rich kid.
But apparently you're allowed to just talk like that because like you stand in front of a brick building at night. like it's hilarious. Yeah. But no, New York's cool. I think like I said, I do think it's the best city in the world. Yeah, I do, and I'm from LA, and I'm a very proud Angelino. But I think New York kicks ass.
What's annoyed me about the transplants in New York is I've noticed every time someone is talking about like how they moved there when they were young and they gained a lot of grit, and part of that is always like seeing a homeless
that just
person.
Means they were raped.
Well, part of that is always like seeing a homeless person, and that's like it's so selfish to me because they're like it was my New York experience. You don't understand. When you go somewhere else, I didn't see a dying person on the street. I used to step over them all the time, and I became a better person for that.
Right, like
because I let someone die on the street.
Right.
You see someone who smells like urine.
It's very much like It's very much like the scene in The Sopranos when Meadow is dorming with that girl that's like losing her mind and drinking all the time and she starts like freaking out and Meadow's dating the Jamal Ginsburg, the Hasidic homeboy and
from LA
from the movie Kid and they're walking through like some part of New York with her and a homeless person's like ass is out and she's like muttering to herself and the girl like loses her mind. It's like we have to help them and we have to help them. Like it's like a lot of New York is like people go there from small towns to like have that experience and then be like, I did it.
Right.
I lived in I'm real.
Yeah.
It's really just people, they move to New York or LA or major cities to be like, I'm a real person now.
Yeah, I watch horrific things and I'm callous to it. Doesn't that make me special?
I overpaid my rent for 7 years. I lived with people I hated. There's people shooting themselves in the street where I am all the time. But look at me. Like I'm a person now. I'm an adult. Like it's silly. But I think every major city has that problem. Probably.
Right, yeah, to some extent.
Some people move to major cities for that. Even people that don't move to like cool major cities, they move to the city to experience some things.
Fake adversity.
My bike got stolen. Oh my God! Like there's a creepy guy around or whatever. Like you don't have that if you're just from some suburb. Like
true.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to talk. I have to piss too, and I'm like just wondering. Like Joey's coming back. I gotta like wait. What if I just pee like around the? Should I piss my pants?
Piss your pants
for the old fans.
Get on a Sibian.
Should I piss my pants for the old fans?
You're gonna piss your pants right here on the podcast? Would you really do that?
No, because I've got shorts on. We get all over the floor.
At
least if I had pants on, it would like soak it up. If I had pants on, it's kind of the pants are great. Pants are great. That's why I pissed them the first time.
I mean, the shock jock in me is telling me I can't tell you not to, but the friend in me is like, don't. But
no, it would ruin the whole fucking studio. We set up.
It's just your pants.
He would get on the carpet. We got this great carpet. We paid like a couple $100s for this carpet, and it's like I just pee all over it.
Just pee your pants. Would you really do it?
I could easily do it. It's all about a switch flipping in my head. All I got to do is be like, fine. And then boom, it's off to the races.
It would change the whole course of
Oh my
of the
God,
episode.
I'm so close to pissing
if
my
you pissed
fucking pants.
If you pissed your pants right now and Joey walks in,
oh my God.
Just do it.
I want to piss
do
my
it right
pants
now.
so badly.
Do it.
Oh man, should I?
Joey, Devan's about to piss his pants.
I might piss myself, Joey.
If you piss your pants live on air,
Piss your pants right now.
That would be big numbers, I think.
I don't think so. I think what would depress me is that it wouldn't do big numbers, and then I would just be the loser that pissed his pants for no reason.
Think about your seat too. Your seat's
exactly the seat. We got these chairs. Gerardo gets it. Gerardo's afraid.
We'll get a new chair.
I would be very disappointed in Devin.
I
would too, as a friend. I would be.
Can you guys hold down the fort?
Disappointed.
Can you guys talk some audits real quick?
No, you can't leave.
Yeah.
You can't piss your pants either.
Fuck.
Devin's gonna go upstairs and piss his pants.
Fuck, I don't know what to
come
do.
Right back.
No, you're good. I can't.
No, go. Rich and I will.
Yeah.
What if I shit myself?
Okay, that's a different.
What if I
story.
shit myself like fucking Vito Jr.?
Yeah, you're a Puerto Rican whore.
I just shit myself. You look like a Puerto Rican whore. Make me sick.
No.
Go ahead, run to the bathroom.
It's bad.
We're now probably at like an hour 30.
We're at 1:15.
Kinda nice.
Let's stay going. I think we can get some more.
We gotta keep going.
I'll talk to Richie. I know what to talk to Richie. Here's what we'll talk about, Richie. You and I are going to be, Devin's, the podcast guy, but you and I are the guy that are going to be filming the boxing stuff.
Yes.
So I talked about Terry. Mm-hmm. Right? I talked about him on this.
Terry's the old black man.
Did I talk about this on that? Yeah, I talked about that, right?
Gerardo. You've hit that.
Gerardo, did I talk about Terry, the Snoop Dogg's trainer? I talked about
Yeah.
You talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Insane that I didn't remember that. I'm going to look like a fucking, like I have Parkinson's and not Muhammad Ali. But so, anyways, we're contacting trainers. Richie and I are getting serious about this.
Yes.
And very soon, I'm going to be in a situation where, whether I like it or not, I'm going to have to box some dude's ears in.
You think you're going to be able to do it?
What are you talking about, man? When I first came on here, we talked about this in that first promo. I was talking about, I don't know, amateur boxers, they're going to fuck me up. Amateur boxers are so good. Everyone's so good now. I've come to a point where I've thought about this. I don't think anyone's really that good. I really don't think anyone can really fuck with me when it comes to amateur boxers. I think I could fuck anyone up. I'm not kidding.
Have you ever boxed before?
Yeah. Yeah, I've boxed. I grew up boxing in the backyard of my friend's house. We had gloves. We used to box each other all the time. My friend Kramer Johnson, I almost knocked him out one time. And yeah, so listen, I've got grit. I've got head movement. I've got a crazy overhand right. Yeah. I got a powerful overhand right. And I'm really not scared of anybody. Honestly, I think I'd probably beat like a couple of pro fighters. I'm not kidding, dude. I could probably beat pro fighters, some pro fighters, and every amateur I will fucking destroy. Not kidding. Bring me on. Anyone you guys want, give them to me. And I'm about to find a trainer that will give us that fight, and I will fucking mop the floor with any amateur that exists.
Would you fight a fan?
Yeah, well...
I mean,
they have to have fights. I'm not going to fight a bum.
I'm sure a fighter listens to this.
Yeah, if there's a fighter out there that listens to this podcast and you have a couple of like legitimate amateur fights, contact us and I will beat the fucking piss out of you, dude.
All right.
I will.
Wow. Okay, what happened?
So Joey's.
I'm sorry, it took a little while. Me and Ammon Gansett got into it.
I did a heel turn. I did a heel turn where I basically started saying, because last time I was humble and I'm like, I'm going to get my ass kicked.
Right. No, now I
did a heel turn. And now I'm saying I'll kick anyone's ass easily.
Good.
Yeah.
So I think that's the move.
Yeah.
That is.
But anyways, any of you fucking losers out there, amateur fighters, bums, you guys have been trying to become boxers and you can't do it.
Yeah, they're bums, actually, right?
Because you don't know how to figure out a thing that you can't figure it out.
Imagine not knowing how to punch.
Oh, yeah, no.
I do it all the time.
Stick and move, dumbass.
Yeah, no.
I'm a big tough guy.
Here's the thing, man. When I do something, I figure out how to do it good. And you bums out there that have been boxing and trying to get good, you can't figure it out, shame on you. I will fuck you up. I will fucking knock you out in the first round.
Yeah. I've never understood fights because I would just bring a gun with me and shoot them. If they tried to kill me.
Well, there you go.
Everyone always says that in my life. I've always gotten in fights with people. And they're like, I'll kick your ass, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll shoot you.
You're a natural shooter.
I'll be like, I'll just shoot you.
You're a shooter.
How about that? What if I just pull a gun out and shoot you?
You're a shooter.
I don't understand the whole like, yeah, I'm fucking strong. It's like nobody cares about strength anymore. We have rifles.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people
Anyway,
are, you know,
that's what you can't bring that. You
Yeah.
can't do
you can't
that.
say that.
You can't bring that to
No.
them.
I always said that about Devin. I said, you beat him with your fists, he'll come back with a knife. You
yeah,
beat him with a knife, he'll come back with a gun.
yeah.
And if he doesn't kill you then, you better be fucking...
No, I'm actually such a pussy that I always just threaten legal action on people. One time I almost got I got a big fight with these people at Red Lion Bar. They were testing me, and I started screaming at them drunkenly, and we got in a big fight, and the bar kicked me out of the place, and I just kept yelling. He kept being like, "I'm gonna fucking kick your ass, bro," and I was like, "Go do it! Like, I'll fucking sue you."
Yes.
I just kept yelling like, "What do you don't think there's a fucking legal thing going on here, idiot? I'll sue you, dumbass."
No, threatening a lawsuit doesn't sell pay-per-views. That's what I'm trying to do.
It does,
here.
and I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, but
If
actually,
Joey kicks your ass, though, sue him.
I'm gonna fuck anyone up. Sue me all you want. I'll fucking bash your brains in. You understand?
Yeah, and I'll shoot you.
And Devin will. If you beat me, Devin will shoot you.
Yeah, I'll shoot you. If you beat my friend, I'll shoot you.
You
We
fucking
doing
idiots.
good?
You people suck.
Is this a good promo?
Oh, I think so. I'm trying my best. I
This
don't
is
know.
like Ali Foreman.
I'm no Chael Sonnen or anything, but I'll tell you right now, any of you wackos listening to this, you want to step my way, you think you're good at fighting, go ahead and bring it on. I'll beat the fucking brakes off you. I'll mop the floor with you.
That's right. That's right.
Step into the ring with me,
Yeah,
it's going to be game over.
that's right.
You understand? Anyone listening at all,
Yeah,
bring it
anyone.
on. Anyone.
Woo! Woo!
And then Devin will kill
And
you.
then I'll shoot you
And
if
beat
you
me,
win.
you're dead.
And then if you win, I'll shoot you. And then I'll audit the room.
We'll shoot you with full rights because we know the law. That's even more intimidating.
Yeah, right. We care about the law here on the Hate Watch podcast. Okay, you can't get away with anything crazy like shooting your opponent at a boxing match.
Exactly. So anyways, that's my stance. I've made that announcement.
I don't know how I'd be able to watch you fight. Like if you were to be getting hit, I'd like jump in.
I
and,
think
like,
probably what will happen is you'll be like, oh my God, I've known Joey for like fucking 5, 6, 7 years.
oh, it's almost a decade.
Almost a decade. I've known him for that long. I didn't know he was this much of an athlete. Because when you start seeing me
you're
move,
right, yeah.
and I start knocking people out, and here's what I'll do.
Which you will do.
Which I will do. I go, oh, amateur fighter. That guy has he's like 25-0 amateur. They go, oh, that guy's probably the favorite. Joey fucking knocks him out with an uppercut. You might start going like, oh my God, I didn't know Joey was so athletic.
Right.
And
Yeah, no, you're probably right. I will think that.
you will think then.
Yeah.
And anyways, that's my promise to the fans. I will kill an amateur in the ring. Like who was that boxer? Boom Boom Mancini.
I don't know.
Boom Boom Mancini.
Never heard of Boom Boom.
He was a great guy. He was a fighter, and he now trains out of Santa Monica still. Boom Boom Ray Mancini. He killed a man in the ring. And
Really? How did he stabbed him?
No, he fucking punched him in the face so hard that he died. Really? That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh my God. Who'd he kill?
He killed just like a pro boxer.
What? A
Yeah.
pro boxer?
Yeah, it was a
he killed?
professional boxing match, and he killed him with punches.
Yeah, killed him.
Christ.
So that's what I'm gonna do. To whoever signs up against me, I'll kill you in the ring. You understand?
Wow.
I promise I kill.
Like Cinderella Man?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
So
Jim
the guy
Braddock,
in Cinderella
Jim
Man.
Braddock fights that guy.
So
he's the guy he fights that killed the guy in the ring.
So that was the big villain in the movie. So,
Yeah.
in reality,
he's a great villain.
In reality, that guy was very remorseful about the people that he killed. But for me, no remorse. I'll kill you. I will bury you.
And then we'll audit
I'll show up at your funeral.
Yeah.
And I'll knock out your fucking family. You understand? And so that's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
doing a crazy promo, but I'm fucking.
No, this is amazing promo.
So
Threaten violence against the guy's family.
I'll kill you and then show up to your funeral and then knock out your family.
Yeah. No,
To
yeah.
anyone who wants to fight me.
You won't even have time to knock. You won't even have time to knock out the family. I'll have thrown them in a van and I'll have them tied up.
Oh,
in my
yeah.
Fucking,
And Devin's a sick,
I'm
twisted
gonna
freak.
fucking take you to my basement. I'll take your whole family to my basement. I'll tie you up. I'll beat you for weeks. I won't feed you. I'll starve you. I'll poke you with a pencil every
my
few
God.
nights so you're kind of bleeding
gonna
out
torture
slowly. Yeah, and then I'll do what's the water torture? I'll do the water thing.
What, Chinese water torture?
Chinese water torture. I'll drop water on your head for a while. I'll fucking make you fucking
waterboard too.
Waterboard him
Yeah.
too. I'll do everything. I'll fucking make you fucking. I won't feed you anything for weeks on end. You'll be itching for food.
I love that.
And then I'll fucking let you come in. You can just kick the shit out of them.
And I'll beat the fuck out of Yeah. No, I love that. And the police will be looking for him, but you found like a storage unit that can't be traced.
Yeah.
So he's training for the fight. Meanwhile, his dad is missing. We don't know where he went.
Right.
You're torturing him
because I kidnapped your opponent's father.
Exactly.
So your opponent, whoever you fight, their entire family will be being held captive by me.
I
think this all makes sense for us here at the Hate Watch Pod.
I love that. So I'm threatening to kill anybody in a fair fight. I'll kill you in a fair fight.
In a fair fight, he'll kill you.
But also, Devan unfairly.
But unfairly.
And untraceably.
If you agree to a fair fight, I will kidnap your family.
He'll kidnap and torture your family.
Horrifically.
Yeah.
And one of them may die. You know, sometimes you don't know how far you're going.
Of course. Sometimes you torture
Sometimes
him.
you go, oh, I had to feed him fucking twice.
Yeah. No, he had a heart attack. I thought he would last one more day.
You go, oh, so I was putting him in freezing cold water and then throwing him into, a hot environment. I didn't know his heart would give out. Jesus Christ. I don't know.
And that's not your fault.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's your heart's fault. And, I'm merely trying to help my friend out who's fighting you, and your whole family will die.
So that's our promise. If you want to...
That's our promise.
And here's the thing. Somebody's going to agree. Here's the problem. Somebody's going to agree to fight me, and they're going to be like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll kick his ass. And then Devan and I will start talking insane shit where we're threatening to kill his family, and he's going to start going like, oh, shit, this is weird. I'm scared.
Yeah, he'll get a little freaked out by that.
Yeah, he'll get a little freaked out.
And that's our strategy.
We'll go, he'll be like, no, I'm training for this fight. I think I can win. And then we'll send him a letter in the mail that's written in like cutout newspaper letters. And it's all saying, I'm going to kidnap your father. I'm going to cover him in hot tar. And I'm going to torture him.
Yeah, we'll put feathers on him.
And he's going to start getting scared. He's going to start going like, oh, what? Okay, I know. They're joking. They're on a podcast. They can't be serious until we break their window, which we will do. We'll throw a brick through the fucking window.
Yeah.
So listen, nobody wants a piece of this. Nobody wants
any of that. What do you want to get? New windows, new dad, everything.
Nobody wants to buy new windows.
You buy new windows. You want to fucking find a new fucking father figure because he'll be dead too if you fight us.
Yeah,
we will kill everyone in your family.
Slash your fucking tires. I'm gonna slash your tires.
You think we don't know about breaking and entering?
Nah, easy game.
We love that.
So, anyways, that's our favorite thing.
I break and enter every night.
Yeah, no,
to somebody's house.
Exactly.
Luckily, they're not there.
No, they're not there. So anyways, that's my promise. That's my promo. That's my boxing promo. I don't think no boxing guy has ever threatened to kill somebody's family. I don't think, and torture them.
No, I mean...
Definitely not torture.
Not torture and kidnap. So this is actually, I think, going to be big. I think this is going to be big.
This is a trend you're setting right now.
Yeah. So every boxer from now on, Tyson Fury, you're going to see, he's going to start going, I'll kidnap your family.
Exactly.
And my friends will torture him somewhere. Yeah.
Chris Benoit said these same things, but he got in trouble. He was unfairly accused.
By the way, we think Chris Benoit was innocent.
Chris Benoit did
we
nothing.
We think he's guilty, but we don't mind it.
We're cool with that type of shit.
Yeah. So we're twisted, man.
We're a little twisted here, so fucking come at us. Come at us.
Box me if you think that's crazy. Box me.
Yeah. Hey, if you think that's a fucked up thing to say, and I agree, fucking come at us.
Come at us. And listen, that might be a promo. That might not be a promo.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm twisted.
Yeah.
Maybe. So.
And the Menendez brothers are innocent.
Oh, yeah. OJ didn't do anything.
OJ, it's his son. His son pinned it on him.
Well, maybe they...
OJ's kid pinned it on him.
Here's what I'll say.
The video.
Maybe Nicole was talking back.
Yeah, has anyone ever thought about that, too?
So that's what I'll say about that.
Has anyone ever thought that maybe OJ was just like a little annoyed?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Sometimes
she got on his temper. She's a fucking, shit talker.
She's a rabble rouser.
So that's my thing on that. And also, we should say the Unabomber, leave him alone.
Yes.
Maybe you should have left him alone.
Hey, are you as smart as the Unabomber? No, you're not.
The guy was a genius.
Leave him. Let him be.
Here, also, I studied.
Let him be. The Unabomber's brilliant.
Let him be. Here's another thing. I studied bomb making for like a while. I know how to make like small bombs that you can mail to anybody.
Right.
And I will do that. I will mail bombs to our enemy. So whoever's fighting us, I will mail bombs to them.
Yeah.
And or to his family.
That's interesting.
No, not to him. Not to him. Not to him because I need to box him. But his
friends,
family will get exploded.
Your family, your friends.
Yeah.
And if you want to back out of the fight because your mom
scared.
got exploded by a bomb.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You can back out, but that's a forfeit.
I have a lot of friends that studied bomb making when they did stand up.
Oh, I mean,
am I right, folks?
Very good. Very good.
Am I right?
Very
this chair's it's off its kilter. It's off its axis.
It's off its kilter.
It's off its axis.
Tony Blendetta needs to sit in that thing.
Joey Peeps. It's a fucking nickname. Family name was Pepperelli. Jesus fucking Christ, Christopher.
That's such a great mix-up because you can just picture some dum-dum who's in charge of being like, you got the funeral, Peeps died, like, go ahead. Didn't do the research. Just Joey Peeps.
Peeps. His name's Peeps.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, this was an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
I threatened to kill a lot of people on this one.
Yeah, this was, maybe one of our most aggressive.
I stand by everything I say. I don't back off.
I threatened to kill family members, too. It's, Jesus.
You guys got crazy back there.
But yeah, look crazy.
I don't know if this manager I met with is going to sign me after this.
No, this is
I met with a manager earlier this week, and I don't know if I liked him.
What was your problem?
Well, he asked me about my life and whatever, and he asked
what's his address? I got a bomb in the mail for him.
You should fight him. You should fight this manager.
I'm in bomb mode. That was a promo. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, whatever. He just asked me like, hey, how did you? Well, he's like, comedy, huh? So like, how'd you? Comedy comes from a lot of torture, and you must have had a weird, rough life, or blah blah blah. And I was like, I mean, whatever. My parents, blah blah blah. But I told him like, yeah, I got into comedy through like my love of Kobe and like. Ranting about Kobe was the first time I realized like, oh, I was funny because people would just start laughing because I would be defending him so voraciously. Yeah. And then he goes, interesting. So like, what'd you like about Kobe? Like that he cheated on his wife, that he didn't pass the Shaq, and I was like, and I'm like I need a manager, but I'm also like, I will throw you through this window right now. And he said the cheating on Kobe thing, and I was like, if you cared about that, wouldn't you fire all your clients? And he was like, oh, yeah, good point. But I gotta say, the minute I left, I drove straight to Richie, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I said, like, I don't know how it went. The guy said something about Kobe that really bothered me.
That's one of those power positions where you know that he's testing you. He's testing you. He's like, oh, is this guy going to? I can say whatever he wants because he needs me.
Sure.
So I'll say the most sickening shit ever to him.
It really bothered me. I've been thinking about it since then, and
That's
I'm like,
fucked up.
I'm like, even if he like wants me to sign with him, I'm like, do I care? Like, I kind of hate you. I mean,
that's an integrity.
That's a thing you say when you're like an old guy in 2004,
right?
And you're like, yeah, I like Shaq.
Yeah. Well, that's a twisted guy who makes. He does casting couch stuff.
Yeah.
That guy brings in actresses.
And I sucked him off.
Well,
and he said that. And I sucked his dick.
You sucked him off. Yeah, I do.
Jesus.
The biz, showbiz.
And I ate the night before, so I wasn't ready for anal. He still went through with it. Unbelievable. We should get out of here. I think Timish is hitting us up.
I forgot about that.
Thing.
I told him.
He sent me nothing, by the way. Anybody?
Right.
I haven't gotten any info for it.
So,
but
I think we're done. What are we doing?
Doesn't matter.
90 minutes?
Yeah, 190.
Nice.
All right. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, we're okay. I'm gonna get this. This is gonna be a really, really great Patreon episode on the Patreon site.
I think this is our best non-Patreon episode.
This is a great episode, I think. But I'm saying we did a really great episode with Jace 4 days ago, and we haven't gotten the episode yet, but it will be on Patreon soon. It's video, and it's really, really fucking fun.
Jace Avery, famous Jace Avery.
Famous Jace Avery. Famous.
Retweeted by Joe Rogan. A friend of Joe.
Yeah.
What is it?
I was just gonna say it's like sad drawings by Jace. We're plugging him. He's not here.
He's not here. But we love Jace Avery. We love Jace. I love Jace dearly. And
if Jace doesn't give us followers on this, by the way, I don't think we should have him back. I love Jace, but
Right. No, the only reason I ever talk about him is for
We're trying to cash in on him. And I love Jason. He knows I love him.
But yeah, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up. Not sure there's many TikTok clips on this episode, but that's
not
fine.
for the talk.
We can't keep relying on the talk.
Me professing my love to bombers, I think.
Maybe
would be
you,
big.
yeah, that might get us taken off.
Me
the
threatening to
talk.
bomb.
Maybe this one's just for the fan.
Maybe
base.
it's just for people.
It's just for the
Anyway.
people.
I kind of took a step back here on this episode because Joey was going
I went off. I went off on one.
This was great. This was a great episode.
Yeah.
Let's end it.
All right.
Thank you, Gerardo. You're a beautiful, beautiful man.
God bless you,
You're
Gerardo.
amazing.
Gerardo, you're my favorite person.
You're my favorite person. We'd kill for you, Gerardo.
Yeah.
Seriously, we'd kill for you. Could fucking
Pipe bomb in the mail to any of your enemies right now.
Gerardo,
Name their names. Pipe bomb in the mail.
Obviously, I'll pipe on
anyone
you want.
screwing with you. We will fucking kill them.
Brendan Schaub.
Pipe bomb.
It's done.
I'll bomb
Done
shop
deal.
for free.
But seriously, if you
Yeah.
need anything, if you want to, you can fuck my girlfriend. You can do whatever you want. It's on the table. It's on the table.
What I offer.
You're
Anyways,
taller than me. She likes tall guys.
that's cuck. Then that's cuck territory. If you're taller, you can cuck them. Anyways, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Bye. Thank you.
Goodbye.